boy, BBL Drizzy, I got a question. I saw you posted you got more money than Ricky Rose. And let's assume you did. Well, your best friend, Birdman, his house went into foreclosure 5 years ago. You done watch that man struggle them 5 years and ain't get that man a mansion. Because if you got more money than Rose, what's another 50 million, boy? Boy, it's one for 40 on Indian Creek. It's one for 50 on Star Island. You got 48 hours, boy. If you got Ricky Rose money, ain't none of my went in foreclosure. Come on, boy. I'm finna bust a bottle. Boy, don't do stunner like that. Come on, man. What happened to that? 48 hours, the countdown has begun. And that old ass jet you got, they gave it to you free. That's a 1978. Be safe on that, Drizzy. Be safe on that plane. That old mother. God, it's great. Hey, no, this shit is really funny because I'm going to tell y'all, it's like battling against nerds. It's like sitting in a class and you watching all the nerds put together their best science project to present to the class. Man, y'all can have that shit. I ain't with that shit. Your nose fake, your stomach fake. You don't write raps. Your biggest homies in foreclosure. Come on, man. Go buy all them that's living with each other a big mansion and put the BBL Drizzy logo on the gates. Man, feed them niggas. Man, come on, man. Do that shit, man. And y'all need to pray for Drake and tell him, park that old ass plane. It's a 1978. The cargo jet. People gave it to him free for promo. And I ain't hating, but be safe, man. If something was to happen to you and I couldn't tell you this, be safe. And anybody getting on it, be safe, man. Wear your seatbelts and make sure the oxygen things in there, because that shit was just for luggage. It wasn't for human beings. Now, the car show tickets, y'all know they damn near sold out. Y'all know that. RickRossCarShow.com, June 1st. It's the Car Coachella. It is the Car Coachella. Huge performances, nothing but the best whips from Cali all the way down to the mother. Of course, Miami, Fayetteville, from up north all the way. And I'm gonna try to get some of my homies from Canada, some real ones. Hey, I need you to play that. What happened to that crib? What happened to that crib? Come on, Drizzy. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on, boy. Soon as you get in that trouble, ooh, I gotta go stand next to the.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
We just watched this on for a real time. See, boy, I'm a different kind of. I'm a different kind of nigga. Rose, I'm rich. I don't need you for a remix, boy. I don't need you. All them other niggas want to tell you what I'm telling you. I'm saying it for all the niggas who ain't in my position. What happened to that crib? Come on, nah, we ain't getting slimy yet. We're just warming up. Boy, want it. If you want it, be about it. Put it on Miss Gladys. We all got them. We all got them. Let the dogs loose, y'all. Want to go there? Let's go there. This Rose, bitch. No, ain't nothing wrong with talking shit, but Drake, you got to keep it at one line. That shit you doing got to take 20 minutes. One line, or don't DM me no more. No, I know why Drake don't do what I do when I talk and he don't talk. He'll take a picture and post because he got ghostwriters for his captions. Listen to me, he got people sitting around. What's Rick gonna do next? Let's go, come up with it.
Did he say he got ghostwriters for his captions? Oh my God.
Why is this so stupid? Come on, BBL Drizzy, just pick your phone up and talk to the people. You okay? We know you may be shallow. We know, but everything fine. Everything's gonna be okay. It's therapeutic. Release. I got one more question for BBL Drizzy. One more question. How long you gonna stay on that plane? It's dangerous. It's a 1978 cargo plane, wasn't built for humans. It's dangerous. Imagine a boy with the soul plane. God! Imagine them. How that boy Casa not do? Hey, no. Let's pray for Drake. Soul Plane. Come on, man. You rich. You deserve better. One time, Rick Ross, that record I released yesterday, Champagne Moments, is now streaming on Apple. Who knows? Go to Apple right now. Y'all check that out. It's the biggest. Champagne Moments, baby. Mic me up is fine. Y'all see me here live on set, 57 Freddy. This is the very first episode, season 1, Where Your Car At. You dig? It's a lot of things going down. This car show going down. June 1st, get your tickets, rickrosscarshow.com. Biggest car show in the country. One time for all the car clubs, all the car builders. Right now, episode 1, Rose first question is, who gonna win Donk of the Year? Who gonna win Donk of the Year?
So we got it, squad. I told y'all we would be touching on this one right here. Man. Is Rick Ross the wild card in this whole Big 3 battle, guys? Will Rick Ross be the wild card? Will Rick Ross be the next rapper to serve your boy Drizzy Drake his next L? Because Rick Ross is coming strong. Rick Ross got some of that troll spirit in him that I've been fighting so long to get rid of. And that's a strong troll spirit right there. You ain't beat nobody with a troll spirit like that. You know what I mean? But guys, so let's go on and get into this whole beef, this whole thing. You know what I mean? Normally, you know, it's sometimes over a girl, but let's be clear and let's take it from point A to point Z, guys, because these guys used to be friends. You know what I mean? They used to be brothers. They made a lot of money together for each other, with each other. So where does it all go wrong? You know what I mean? How do people go from where they went, you know what I mean? Plotting and scheming on common sense to now they at war. So let's get into that, guys. How y'all doing? Salute to the Bread Squad. Salute to my guys that came out today. Don't forget, the guys, the rest, if you want to check out the rest of that audio book, you guys got to go subscribe and become a member of the channel, and it'll be in there. It'll be in the membership.
In the late 90s, a correctional officer from Carroll City, Florida, named Robert Williams II would resign in 1997 and begin pursuing hip-hop. William went under the stage name Teflon the Don.
All right, guys. So again, we're going to take it to the top. We're going to talk about everybody from start to finish, guys. Now, again, I'd rather be an op than to be a cop. I don't care. I'd rather be an op than to be a cop. So his jokes is funny, but when it comes to being real, it's two pretenders trying to see who is the realest pretender. All right, guys? So you don't get caught up in the delusion. But it's entertaining.
Or Teflon for short. On June 27, 2000, Teflon would make his debut on Eric Sermon's album Eric Onassis, being featured on the track Ain't to Discuss. Eventually, he would change his rap name to Rick Ross. Ross signed a deal with Slip and Slide Records, which was under the Def Jam banner since 2006. On August 8, 2006, Rick Ross dropped his debut studio album, Port of Miami.
And that was a hot album right there. Jay-Z helped them with this album right here. For those of y'all that don't know, Jay-Z funded and gave him some resources for this album right here, guys. This is when he was under the Jay-Z banner, you know what I mean? Jay-Z then pushed him over to Puff. That's how that went. So remember that, guys. But this was classic right here. This was classic Rose. And this is how you know Rose went into the booth himself and changed his writing style. Because this Rose, when you hear the lyrics and how Rose was rapping on this album, this is not the Rose that we get now. That's not the Rose at all that you get. So just keep that in mind, guys, as we journey through the battle.
This album debuted at #1 on the Billboard, selling 187,000 copies within the first week, and featured the classic hit track Hustlin'. Rick Ross followed up with his second album Trilla on March 11th, 2008. So at this point, Rick Ross was one of the hottest up-and-coming artists. During this time, Drake was gaining insane.
Want to know? I took my
And you guys, don't be shy, yo. Hit that like button, guys. Y'all know how we do over here. We bring you the latest and most up-to-date facts. We go digging. I go digging and I go get the content that matches the facts. All right, guys? So don't be shy. Tip the channel and hit that like button.
Buzz after dropping his mixtapes Room for Improvement in 2006 and Comeback Season in 2007. By the time 2009 rolled around, Drake was easily the most buzzing up-and-coming artist after dropping his mixtape So Far Gone. On April 21st, 2009, Rick Ross dropped his album Deeper Than Rap, which sold 185,000 copies first week. Rick Ross was working with DJ Khaled and Lil Wayne, who were closely affiliated with Drake, so later that year, Rick Ross and Drake would cross paths. On October 28, 2009, DJ Khaled dropped the track Fed Up, featuring Usher, Young Jeezy, Rick Ross, and Drake. This would
And that is why Khaled got tossed into the whole 50 versus Rick Ross beef. Remember, this is right around the time where 50 was taking aim at everybody. 50 had just did his song with Jay and Puff. And he told them guys while he was doing them songs, stay away from Rick Ross. He fitting to destroy Rick Ross. But behind the scenes, Jay, he working with Khaled, who's working with Wayne and Rick Ross. You know what I mean? That was his connection. He told Jay, leave the man alone. So Jay, he made a little bit more money off of Rick and then left the man alone. And here come Puff. And that's why Puff and 50 don't see eye to eye to this day. It ain't even about the baby moms that Puffy went on a date with. That was retaliation because 50 was killing them about this.
would be where Drake and Rick Ross would appear on the same track for the first time. After that, these two would begin their friendship. The next year, on May 3rd, 2010, Drake appeared on the cover of the XXL May 2010 issue where he would do an interview. During this interview, Drake would speak on Rick Ross reaching out to collaborate, saying, in quotes, "I just want to make the music. For anyone that doesn't believe in me, your favorite rappers do. They call me for hooks, features, and all that." Rick Ross, Jeezy, for the people that don't believe, the people that you do believe in got love for me. That's all that matters. The next month, on July 20th, 2010, Rick Ross dropped his fourth studio album, Teflon Don. On this album was, of course, the track Aston Martin Music featuring Drake. Later that year, on October 10, 2010, Drake and Rick Ross appeared alongside each other on the remix to Chris Brown's track Deuces Remix. Drake and Rick Ross appeared on multiple songs together throughout 2011, such as the track Made Men and the track I'm On One by DJ Khaled. That summer, Rick Ross would appear at the 2011 OVO Fest. On August 31st, 2011, Drake sat down with XXL for an interview to promote his upcoming album, Take Care. And during this interview, he actually teased a possible collab album with Rick Ross, saying, in quotes, "One of the people I enjoy rapping with the most in this business is Rose. Me and him have talked about potentially doing something after our albums come out. I just love making songs with him. Every time we make a song, it just seems to be something I love listening to after the fact when I'm in my car." The next month, on September 10, 2011, Drake and Rick Ross dropped their track Free Spirit. A couple months later, on November 7th, 2011, Drake did an interview with XXL where he would announce that him and Rick Ross are actually working on a collab mixtape together, saying, "I've been working on a mixtape with Ross, a mixtape called YOLO, that means you only live once. I've been working on that for the last couple of weeks. We haven't really connected because he's been going through this thing with his health. I've been stashing my little beats and verses. Drake and Rick Ross would continue dropping tracks like Lord Knows, Stay Scheming with French Montana, and they both appeared on French Montana's track Pop That. In June of 2012, Drake would give an update on him and Rick Ross's collab mixtape, saying that it may undergo a name change due to the success of his song The Motto, which made the term YOLO more popular, saying, "That title has become so, it's like an epidemic. I hope by the time we finish the project, it would still hold weight and substance. We might have to call it something different now, because that's just so attached to the motto." After this, Drake and Rick Ross continued dropping tracks throughout 2012 and 2013, which I'm not going to name them all. The rumored collab mixtape actually never ended up dropping. On August 7th, 2013, Drake dropped the track Hold On We're Going Home, which was a track that was very different to what Drake has made and can be viewed as experimental. Rick Ross hopped on Twitter to tweet at Drake supporting it, saying, "Salute to my brother at Drake on a classic hip-hop moment. Hashtag OVO." In October of 2013, Rick Ross dropped his project The Show, to which Ross would remix Drake's Hold On We're Going Home on the track titled We're Going Home Remix. After this is when early tensions would begin rising between Drake and Rick Ross. Fast forward to summer of 2015. Drake and Meek Mill would begin beefing after Meek Mill had tweeted out about Drake allegedly sneak dissing him on their collab track Rico. Meek Mill took to Twitter to call out Drake and expose Drake for allegedly having ghostwriters. Now, Meek Mill, of course, being signed to Rick Ross's MMG record label, this was going to cause some tensions between Drake and Rick Ross.
Abso-freaking-lutely, guys. So there it is. These are where the initial seeds was planted, because Rick Ross is not going to go against his man. You know what I mean? Because Rick Ross know that Puff ain't go against him. Puff saved him from Rick Ross. Remember, Zone just said it in the chat. Drake is the new Ross. The only reason Ross survived 50 and G Unit was because Ross had the big machine behind him. Yes, he did. He had Puff, he had Jay, he had Khaled, he had the machine behind him, and that's how he survived 50. So, you know what I mean? It's the same difference now. It's the same thing, just the shoe was on the other foot. The rabbit got the gun now.
Initially, Rick Ross took Drake's side when he allegedly tweeted out that same day saying Drake over Meek Mill. But this tweet was quickly deleted. Fast forward to October of 2015, Rick Ross appeared on The Breakfast Club where he would speak on Drake and Meek Mill's beef and said that the tweet he put out supporting
Are you serious about growing on Instagram or what? I see you watching my YouTube content, so I know that you're interested in growing on Instagram, but
Drake was a fake tweet, and he feels Meek Mill didn't take an L in the beef.
Now, I saw when Meek first got into it with Drake, you were supportive of him, you know, on Twitter, on Instagram, and I'm sure behind the scenes.
Right. Now, hold on. Now, it was a tweet that was sent out that
Brizzo says they all zesty, and that's a whole fact, man. They all working with the devil. They all ruined. They all manipulated. All of them, you know what I mean? Even your favorite one, you know what I mean? Guys, this is why I say, you like these people for what it is they do. They musicians. So we fuck with their music, the music they put out. Now, when it comes to their personal lives, man, listen, I don't believe this. Don't believe shit that come out their mouth. If it's not a rap, don't believe shit. Word. But you gonna get one of these for that one.
made it seem like you was in support of Drake.
That was a fake tweet.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
no, I saw you. I saw you tweeting. But if you don't,
it's certain things y'all just gotta know off top. It's certain things you can't.
They got you, Charlamagne.
You can't even question. You did.
I don't know the greater than, lesser than signs sometimes either. I be having to look to make sure.
I don't even tweet like that. Dudes like me don't use the greater hand, lesser hand. We don't use that. We don't know what that is.
So now how do you?
But where Meek Mill, this, you got to realize where Meek comes from. His story. Coming up from the streets, beating his cases, coming back to Philly, making it cool to be from Philly again, putting the city on his back, releasing the #1 album in the middle of the hurricane, coming back his second album after being incarcerated 6 months, do 250 the first week.
Right.
Clean. Got the baddest chick in the game. Can't even put no more dates on the calendars. Who losing?
But
Tripping. You
but
bugging.
he started it.
You
He
bugging.
started it.
That's how it goes.
And you
like
can't
with
get,
you.
you
But
can't
it's-
get
it's-
bodied by the
it-
singing guy.
Nah, what it is, ain't nobody get body. If you think that was body, you bugging. That's light work. We got more money we finna go get.
It ain't about money. It's about the
It's
art. But,
about-
all right,
It's
And
about
that-
the art.
when
And
you
it's
came
about
out-
music.
when you
That's the
came
only
out,
way you win.
And they banned you from everywhere, right? When
Who
you was going
banned
to-
me?
A lot of people.
For agreeing to do this interview. I know it's a really tough time for you right now, but we really appreciate your time.
Let's do it.
Now, is Puff, P. Diddy, how do you want me to refer to you?
You can call me Love.
Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, all the allegations. Are you attracted to men or women?
It depends on my mood, my vibe.
Is it true that you've had sexual relations with Meek Mill?
I can't tell you that.
Man, look like everybody gonna hold it down, man. And Drake mentioned this in his verse, in his drop and give me 50 push. And when he said drop and give me 50, he said it. He told y'all that they was gonna start caping because they protecting the secrets over there.
A lot of DJs wouldn't play your record.
Nobody banned Renzel.
No
Never.
DJ would play your record for a while. A lot of DJs wouldn't play your record.
People
It's a
took
lot of
sides.
DJs.
People
No,
took
they were,
sides.
Ross. They were,
Yeah.
especially in New York.
They
But
were
this is
not
what you got-
playing your records.
Of course,
Right or wrong.
that's what come with the
But you kept
game.
going.
Later that year, on December 1st, 2015, Rick Ross's track Color Money actually ended up leaking days prior to the release. And on this track, he took subliminal shots at Drake when he directly referenced Drake's lines on Back to Back when Drake said, "Is that a world tour or your girl's tour?"
Color money got your out on the world tour. My little homie made $1 million on his girl tour. We back to backing down the whack and
Ross also referenced Drake's track 0 to 100 while seemingly dissing Drake and says that he has more money.
Yo, guys, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and share, guys. I hope y'all know that it takes risk to give y'all the content. Like, go into the song and actually play the song without getting a copyright strike. So make sure y'all tipping the channel by hitting that like button, guys.
Than who Drake is signed to, which was a shot at Birdman during their beef.
so run for it. Got some shooters and they dying too. I got more money than that that you signed to.
2 days later, on December 3rd, 2015, Rick Ross appeared on The Breakfast Club, and when Charlotte
And I'm not the smartest person in the world, but Rose, it sounds like your beef more with Birdman. It sounds like your beef more with Birdman. Even in the intro here, you had more smoke and you was more worried about Birdman foreclosure than Drake. Keep your eye on the enemy, bro. You could lose by focusing on somebody that's not focusing on you when somebody that's focusing on you is standing right in front of your face. Why? You know what I mean? Like, come on, keep this white boy thing going. Why turn your attention to the black man, your brother? You know what I mean? It seemed like you got more smoke for your brother than you got for the white boy. Like, well, watch how it play out, though, guys.
Charlamagne the God asked him if he took shots at Drake on Color Money. This is how he responded.
Let's get right to it. Are you taking shots at Drake on Color Money?
I mean, you know, I just released Color Money, and that record is what it is. You dig? And it's a lot of different people that's going to interpret it a lot of different ways, and it is what it is.
The next month, on January 26, 2016, Justice League dropped their project Justice for All. And on this project was the track Empire with Drake and Rick Ross, which was originally intended for their collab mixtape that never ended up happening. A couple months later, on April 29, 2016, Drake dropped his album Views. And on the track Weston Road Flows, he sent shots back at Rick Ross. Drake says that he flew Rick Ross's ex-fiancée, Lyra Galore, to St. Martin for the DNF music video, which was confirmed to be true.
Here we go. Enters the modern woman. You know, a male fight, a man fight, a battle, a boxing match between two males wouldn't be right until we enter the modern woman, and there goes the emotions, guys. God damn.
Brought your wifey out the St. Martin. She violated, I sent her back where it all started.
Later that year, in August 2016, Rick Ross appeared on Drink Champs. And when the Drake and Meek Mill beef was brought up, he said that he'll get involved if it's got to go there, and that he'll jump off the porch on Drake.
So now, because I seen you on the Breakfast Club, and they was asking, and you said that like out of the whole time
Now, Nori, hold on. Before you ask any questions, Nori, when you gonna tell that story about you and Capone snitching on the infamous Mobb Deep? When you gonna invite Capone up on this joint and y'all go over some stories? Cause y'all got juice and you be holding out. You be here getting drunk, talking about everybody's business except for your own. Nori, you got some stories now. New York now. Queens, New York now. You got some stories now. You need to start inviting some of them Queens brothers up there, and then they could remind you of these stories you were in, sir. But proceed.
Where the Meek and Drake was going through it, you said the best explanation. You was like, how did my nigga lose? Like, you got the baddest chick, he on the biggest tour. Like, you know what I'm saying? How was that? Like, because
I mean, just on some G shit, like you ain't lose to nobody.
Right.
Now y'all better study the game and how the game go.
I love their answer.
You gotta study the game.
Like, have you ever had a conversation with Drake since that? Like,
no.
Like, nah?
No.
Okay. Is that something you willing to have, like, to squash it? Because at the end of the day,
attention affiliate marketers, stop promoting your affiliate links.
They both rich niggas, like, you know what I mean?
You gotta understand, it's like this.
Okay.
Shit, we are rich.
That's what I'm saying.
But just on some 1,000, you either be, G enough to whatever the issue is, just bring it to the table, or you just let it go out of control and see what happens.
Right.
I always been one of them niggas. When I first spoke on it on the Breakfast Club, you seen I was obviously speaking in a peaceful tone.
Right.
Because that's my way of telling y'all niggas need to tighten up so niggas could get it right. Because if you assuming a respect whoever your big homies is, you wrong. If you assuming me,
And there he go, back to talking about the big homie. Okay, clearly, Rick, y'all don't respect Birdman. But what about Drake?
For my dog, I ain't, so it's whatever.
Right.
If it's gonna be whatever.
If it's gotta go there.
Yeah, if it's gotta go there, man. Renzel gonna jump off the porch on your ass.
Right.
And that's just the way I always been, and I'm a die that way.
The next month, in September 2016, Nori revealed that Drake and Rick Ross met in Prime 112 in Miami to squash the beef between Drake and Meek Mill. Fast forward to March 17th, 2017, Rick Ross dropped his album Rather You Than Me. On a couple of tracks, he referenced Drake. On the track Apple of My Eye, he said that he told Meek Mill not to beef with Drake and claimed that beefing with Drake was a mistake.
I told Meek I wouldn't trust Nicki. Instead of beefing with your dog, you just give him some distance. We all make mistakes, let's not be too specific.
On the track.
Now, I like that song. That was one of his songs that I definitely liked. And I knew exactly what he was talking about when he said that. You know what I mean? But this is the shit that we doing now. We beefing and apologizing, guys. We beefing and apologizing. Who taught us that shit right there, guys? That shit not cool.
Triple platinum. He says that he had a phone call with Drake to fix the madness.
Had a phone call with Drake so we could fix the madness. Time for the real niggas just to really cash in.
A couple months later, on May 1st, 2017, Rick Ross appeared on Best Seat in the House, where he spoke on his lyrics towards Drake on his album Rather You Than Me, and goes into how the Drake beef was squashed.
There's another line on the album. I just want you to walk me through how a boss handles it. You said I had a phone call with Drake to address the madness. How does one, not specifically, nobody's asking what was said or whatever, it's not a gossip site, but how does you being a boss objectively come to that situation?
It's one of the things where differences will always be, in this game. It's a competitive sport.
Yeah.
And I actually think I perform better under competitive conditions.
We've seen that. We've seen that.
I wake up a little earlier, I go to sleep a little later, you know what I'm saying? I might go shopping a little more, I might go buy a new whip, you know what I'm saying? Or, it's different ways to play. But once again, I always felt like when Meek and Drake did begin to have, slight differences, I'm pretty sure if Drake was with anybody else camp other than Cash Money,
I may have been more vocal about it, but you know, I seen it was the two little homies. I seen what it was. You know, it was smooth. I ain't tripping. But once again, the disconnect with what was going on over at Cash Money was even more obvious to me. You feel me? And, you know, I always felt respect is a major thing. And, you know, you came to the city, I showed you a lot of love. And I did that out of love. Yeah, that's just me, how I was raised. It wasn't because, you know, me sitting down, actually sitting down with Drake. It was really just
bosses having a conversation.
Yeah, we wasn't even discussing anything negative, because by the time we get in the room, there's so much other things going on that is already, let's get on some money. You feel me? But I had to just make sure we sat down to have some sort of understanding.
That's what real bosses do.
I mean, most definitely.
After this, everything seemed to be cool between them. Fast forward to June 15th, 2019, Drake dropped a 2-pack EP called The Best in the World Pack in celebration of the Toronto Raptors.
Hey, so you want to know where to invest $1,000 right now? Well, forget about stocks, forget about
winning the NBA Finals. On this was the track Money in the Grave featuring Rick Ross. The next month, in July of 2019, Drake featured on Rick Ross's track Gold Roses.
For sure. Let's talk about you and Drake. Obviously, it seems like almost every single time you guys link up, it's a bomb. I mean, Aston Martin Music, Diced Pineapples, Stay Scheming. It's just one after another. Why? What is it about you two? Like, why do y'all bring out the best in each other? Why is it that every time you link up, it's a hit?
I just think naturally and honestly, we fans of each other. I remember the first time
It's sad, yo. It's cause like y'all attract. Like-minded folks attract. Y'all both some mingy hustling ass niggas, bro. Y'all both users. So y'all use anything if it'll further benefit you yourself. And that's what it is. Y'all attract to each other. Y'all not really different. Y'all no different. And this is why these people are able to play and pretend to be friends. And then when the friendship break up, then it's when you see all the mud slinging and all the mud throwing, because they never really learned each other and they never really liked each other when they was playing pretend that they friends around each other. People be wearing a mask. You know what I mean? People don't really be being they self, so you never get to learn the person that's directly in front of you, bro. You God knows if you get to be a fly on the wall that they live in the house that they live in, you really understand these folks and how they'll play. Let's pretend they will smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. That's a fact, guys. Understand that.
I was gonna say a trick, but a chick, even though we don't kick it with her no more. But I remember the first time she ever told me about this artist Drake. I said, well, play him. I remember. And when I heard him, I heard his tone and I heard the melodies. He went from rapping to sing. I was like, that's different. You know, me then, if you was a new artist, I wasn't just gonna give it to you off top. But I most definitely said that's different. And I began listening to him. And I knew, he was around some great dudes. I knew him being around Lil Wayne. And if he kept that same work ethic that Lil Wayne most definitely was on, because it was only a few artists that really went in the studio the way we did, and we all had a high respect for each other.
A lot of people consider the two of you to be one of the best tandems in hip hop today. Is there any chance that we'd ever see a collab album or a collab tape from the two of y'all?
Honestly, you never know. Just me being honest, you know what I mean? We spoke on that years ago with the YOLO project, us, being in Miami.
Would it be something that you'd be down for?
Most definitely.
The next year, on January 10th, 2020, Rick Ross did an interview with Complex where he finally gave an update on his and Drake's collab tape YOLO, saying, that was just a vibe. You never know what could happen in the future. But me and Drake, him being in Miami at the time in 2011 and 2012, and him coming by the crib every day, we was spending a lot of time together, and it was a serious possibility. We wasn't just talking shit. We really was in the studio a lot. It's just not the same no more. meaning the way he traveled and the way I move. But is it a possibility? There's always a possibility for that because it would be simple for us. Fast forward again to March 5th, 2021, Drake dropped Scary Hours 2, which had the track Lemon Pepper Freestyle featuring Rick Ross. That day, Chad Ochocinco replied to a tweet Rap Caviar made asking what Drake and Rick Ross's best collab song is when he teased them making a joint project, saying, "The joint album they're doing together will unseat all projects they've done to date." The next month, on April 2nd, 2021, Rick Ross sat down with MSI for an interview, and during this interview, he revealed that a collab album with Drake is under serious consideration.
I gotta take this to the streets. One question for the coach.
What up?
Are we gonna get a Drake Rick Ross album? Are we gonna get that?
What I'm gonna tell you is after our latest, release, his incredible project he released, Lemon Pepper Freestyle, we had that conversation.
Okay.
And it's most definitely under serious consideration.
Yes.
Real talk.
This is the dynamic duo we never thought we needed in hip hop culture. So we got to make that happen.
Later that year, on September 3rd, 2021, Drake dropped his album Certified Lover Boy, to which Rick Ross would appear on the track You Only Live Twice alongside Lil Wayne. A couple years later, on May 13th, 2023, Rick Ross returned to Drink Champs, where he would say that him and Drake are in the 2 percentile of writers and creators. The next year in 2024 is where this beef would take a turn for the worse. Fast forward to January 3rd, 2024. Rick Ross appeared on Aiden Ross's stream, where he would reveal that his favorite collab song with Drake was Stay Schemin'. After this is when this relationship would begin to crumble. Rick Ross would reportedly unfollow Drake on Instagram in light of Drake's beef with Future and Metro Boomin in March 2024. The reason that Rick
We know Daddy Drake don't like that shit. Sugar Daddy Drake, he don't like motherfuckers unfollowing them. Niggas take this Twitter shit and this Instagram shit real serious in these modern times, yo. And it's sad. But oh God, there it go. That was enough to set it back off. It's up now. Now we ain't got to be fake with each other no more again. We can really tell each other how we feel about each other. You unfollow me.
Rick Ross unfollowed Drake was that Drake allegedly sent French Montana a cease and desist letter. Now, this is all according to Rick Ross himself. On March 26, 2024, it was revealed that Drake invited Rick Ross's ex, Christina Mackey, as a special guest of OVO on Drake's tour at his show in Miami. A couple weeks later, on April 14th, 2024, Academics premiered a diss track that Drake made as his response to all the beef he had going on at the time with the likes of Future, Metro Boomin, Kendrick Lamar, and he also dissed Rick Ross. The rumor name of this diss track is Push Ups. On this track, Drake goes directly at Rick Ross when he mentions taking his girl and says that he can't believe he's going at Rick Ross, who's turning 50 years old soon.
I might take your latest girl and cuff her like on Ricky. Can't believe he jumping in, this nigga turning 50.
Drake also says that every song that Rick Ross had that made it to the Billboard charts was because of him.
Every song that made it on a chart he got from Drizzy.
Rick Ross got wind of this, so he posted a video of himself laughing in the studio.
Hey, man.
Just a couple hours later, Rick Ross clapped back with a diss track on Drake called Champagne Moments, where he would just go at Drake, claiming that Drake got a nose job and says a bunch of other things about Drake.
That's why you had operation to make your nose smaller than your father knows, nigga.
Rick Ross would then perform in Miami that night while wearing a Drake hoodie, to which he would post a photo of the hoodie on his IG story, captioning it, "Who knows? BBL Drizzy." Drake claps back at Rick Ross on IG with a story sharing a text conversation with his mom, debunking the accusations of him getting a nose job, and calls out Rick Ross, saying, "It's coming from Rick Ross, the guy I did songs with. He's gone loopy off his Monjaro. He hasn't eaten in days, and it's turned him angry and racist. He's performing at Problems for Money. It's bad. Don't worry. We'll handle it." And he captioned it saying, "At Rich Forever. You're one nosy goof." Rick Ross would take to IG to post a story calling out Drake and referring to him as BBL Drake.
Oh, it's such a beautiful day. Me waking up from a nap, I just realized BBL Drizzy called his mommy on me. He shared their text messages between each other. Cupcake Drake Tell your mama you stayed out past your curfew, white boy. You wanted to hang at the park with the niggas, smoke weed with the niggas while we washed our old school Chevys. White boy, you got a Chevy, white boy? I doubt it. But anyway, big nose. Big nose. Boy, you had 25% body fat with a carved out 6-piece. Stop. We know what time it is. That shit costs 40 bands. Stop. But tell your mama, well, in Miami, we say old girl. Tell your old girl she a beautiful lady. I told you that before, and I meant that. But you tell your mama, white boy, you stayed out at the park too late, and you can't call her when you get in this shit. This shit too deep to call your mama, white boy.
A couple hours later, Rick Ross took to Twitter to call out Drake, writing, "Drop a response or tell the kids you don't respond. Hashtag BBL Drizzy." Rick Ross would then take to his IG to post a photo of Drake from a while back side by side and wrote, "The bridge of your nose somehow got smaller, BBL Drizzy," and another one saying, "Nah," at DJ Khaled. Rick Ross then DM'd Drake on IG when he posted the DMs on his story. During this time, an alleged reference track that Lil Yachty made for Drake's track Jumbotron Shit Poppin' would surface. Of course, Rick Ross would catch wind of this, so he posted a video on his IG story bumping sicko mode, asking who wrote Drake's verse. Ross then took to IG to repost a photo of Lil Yachty saying, "Yacht, put your phone on silent, lil bro. Hashtag BBL Drizzy calling again, Yacht, aka The Pen." Rick Ross continued his trolling onslaught on Drake when he posted a nose with an MMG nose ring on Twitter saying, hashtag NoseJobPoppy. After that, Drake is yet to respond to Rick Ross's diss track. This beef seems to be far from over, but who do you think has the upper hand? Drake or Rick Ross?
Great question, man. Great question. Right now, it's just entertainment. I'm just seeing it as entertainment. I know Rick Ross, he got to fight his demons too. Rick Ross got a lot of demons he's fighting because he got that wild, raggedy, ratchet baby mother of his running around here. And she's going to always cramp his style. No matter how floss and Don Juan he want to play, is until he silenced this woman, he gonna forever be like, bro, you can't say much. Like, you know what I mean? You really didn't survive 50 either. You really didn't. It's just that you had the machine behind you, and we know the machine fixed the rules, and they manipulate the people. You ain't got to fool everybody. All you got to do is fool and get over on the majority, and then everybody got to go in this democracy. But sir, you didn't win that. You didn't win that. you still laying on the ground from that. But let's get into this, man.
Comments about Birdman.
So he could sell all that shit. Holyfield lost it. You can, bitch. You in that hexed ass, roachy ass house he in. You stupid motherfucker. Always trying to shit on somebody. You shitted on the wrong motherfucker. Now you out here trying to shit on the coach. That shit don't fly good, man. That shit ain't, nobody ain't known that shit no more. Nobody don't care nothing about your heavyweight talk. And I don't talk like that bitch. That bitch talk like me. That bitch ain't from Florida. I'm Florida. That bitch birth certificate say Clarksdale, Mississippi. My shit say Miami-Dade County. Florida, bitch. Bet that. We different. What's wrong with him? Stop comparing me to that silly bitch. I don't be on this shit. I wouldn't dare be trying my peers like that. That man ain't no motherfucker. But you's a silly, ignorant motherfucker. That's what you is, bitch.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
You got around here getting out their character and going back and forth with you because you love the attention. They don't know that. They get off. Don't back and forth with that bitch. Tell that bitch to come over here back and forth with this big mouth bitch. It need to be a big bad bitch against a big mouth bitch right here. The bitch.
Yes, squad. Yes, this is Rick Ross' baby mother. She be on the internet all day roasting them, talking her mess. Hope she don't get me demonetized with her language.
That knowing well. Tell that big back bitch to get over here to this big mouth bitch. Ain't no beef. Lying ass, flogging ass bitch. You ain't gave your son no wing stop or no dump at no car show last year. Where's that, bitch? Where is it? Huh? Well, you don't even get him children's allowance. You flogging motherfucker, you. You's a flodger. You do more shit for them hoes than you do for your children. I know it's about 7 of them bitches want to come out the shell and get over here and tell me what's going on and get out that motherfucking hole they in, but they scared. They so scared. I don't know why. The minute I get my hand on a few of them hoes, you done drop them up seeds in, and they want to talk to mama. You around, boy. You got them hoes in the chokehold, and I don't like that shit. It's gonna take me a few more dollars. I gotta get my dollars up to get them hoes over here. I know. That's why I'm at it. I'm coming for y'all. I'm gonna get y'all out that motherfucking
Yo, she crazy, guys. She done lost her whole mind, bro. She out there trying to snipe Rick Ross girls now. Now she want to fuck all Rick Ross hoes. Like, man, yo. But in any event, Rick Ross, you're gonna lose this battle. You're gonna lose this one until you get rid of her. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't hate white people enough to just go giving you the participation award in this battle. No, no, sir. In the rule of hip hop, you got one of these baby moms running around, and I get to do a video with your baby mom. You're done, son. You're done, son. You are done. So, guys, let's see how this goes. Let's see how this work out. I know Drake then dropped the back-to-back diss song on Kendrick, so I'll be researching that and putting the video together on that. That'll probably be tomorrow. But guys, y'all wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. Do not play with your life, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the content. I'll see y'all later. And let me know in the comments, guys, who y'all think gonna win this? Who y'all think gonna really win this? And is Rick Ross the wild card in this whole Big 3 battle? You know me, I answer all comments. So comment in the comment section, guys.